We're going to get started with the second part of the Data Creativity Awards. And for this, I'll hand you over to your friendly neighborhood moderator, Barry.
Thanks. Welcome back, everyone. We're all watered and fed. I want to start really quickly with an apology to Ryan Murdoch. I was meant to have him up at the beginning. He was supposed to be the second person up. I totally missed the name. So as we were running like a Swiss watch, I missed that bit. So we'll get him up hopefully at the end. My apologies. Now we'll get going again with the second portion. So first up for this, we're still in the general category finalists. And here we have a group from OMD. Please welcome up Xiaozhen Hu, the Data Analytics Director for OMD China.
Good afternoon. Today I'm going to present the innovative digital path analysis we did on Intel B2C consumers. So let's start with a little bit of background. The marketing objective for Intel B2C is to drive sales for tablet products that use an Intel processor. And the target audience are defined as trendy mobile and tech-savvy consumers aging between 18 and 35. So as the media agency, OMD's objective is to find this audience with accurate channel and drive their purchase intention. So this is normally what our ads campaign looks like. We selected massive media to coverage large group of audience, and we drive traffic to Intel.com, set campaign length to 4 weeks, and use the campaign historical cookie to do targeting and retargeting. But actually, we have these doubts and questions, and we don't have answers. So the case study aimed to find the answers and find the real digital touch point of Intel target audience. We divided our solution into 3 steps. 1, innovative external data source. 2, a whole new way of data mining and analysis. 3, discovering insight and adjusting campaign strategy. So let's zoom into each step. Step 1, external data source. Here I have 2 examples. So we can tell from example 1, this user read news on the auto channel of Xinjiang. And from example 2, we can tell this user searched ICOM on Google. So with this kind of browsing record, we can tell what channel audience would like to visit and what kind of content audience would like to view. But the problem is, this database is anonymous, only browsing records, no demographic information included. So how can we find our target audience, separate them from millions of internet users? Our solution is we find target audience by certain online behaviors. This is a user's browsing records by timeline. So this user did some behavior such as read news, search hotel information, and then at a certain point, this user searched Intel tablet relevant keywords on search engine. And after many behaviors, he added Intel tablet to cart on e-commerce website. So the 2 key actions, one stands for his product interest, the other stands for its purchase intention. So we can identify audience with these 2 actions as our target audience. And the digital path between the 2 points is what we really need to look at. So finally, we got 502 target audience. Guess how many browsing records they generated during our study period? The answer is 650,000 browsing URLs they generated. So we spend a lot of time to translate these URLs into useful data that can be analyzed. And then we look at the data by 2 dimensions. 1, audience coverage. 2, audience thickness. And we got quite a lot of findings. Here I listed a few. This slide is about findings on audience media touch. Take Portal, for example. According to our research result, Intel target audience prefer visiting Sohu over Xingdang. This result is contrary to our general digital benchmark. IT verticals. The top 2 IT verticals, ZOL and PC Online, showed a much higher audience coverage than the next 4. This is also very different result compared with our general digital benchmark. Findings on consumer insight. 90% of the users made the purchase did not visit Intel.com. 71% of the page views on top portal Tencent were generated by its social-related pages. 35% of consumers consider screen size first when they purchasing a tablet. And 81% of users finish the whole process from product interest to purchase intention only within 2 weeks. So, according to these findings, we adjusted our campaign strategy. We cut off the number of IT verticals from 6 to 2, only keeping the top 2, and cut off the number of videos from 4 to 1. We use Tencent social cookies to do targeting and retargeting and cut the campaign length from 4 weeks to 2 weeks. And we drive our ads traffic directly to e-commerce website. And we received remarkable results in the new campaign. The CPC and the CPM decreased by 10% and 5% respectively. The CTR of campaign increased from 1% to 4%. And according to e-commerce website, the sales increased by 20% during our campaign period. And the spending is saved by 75%. To summarize, by utilizing this innovative data sourcing and analytics creativity, this case study not only benefits our campaign strategy optimization and ROI improvement, but also the case study is being adopted and applied to Intel other product lines. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Xiaozhen. So as we did in the previous session, we'll have a quick session for Q&A. Is any questions for Xiaozhen? We have one in the back corner.
How did you get your hands on browsing behavior and also e-commerce site behavior? That's often very difficult.
Yes, we cooperated with ISP, Internet Service Provider in China.
Other questions? Okay, I think that wraps it. Thank you very much, Xiaozhen.